What? Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and in today's live stream, we are, I think, done with Spyro.
There's still like 5 things.
There's a few finishing things that I need to do, but for the most part, this is done. Spyro is finished. We did a full dress up. Hey Tashers, we did a full dress up try on yesterday. Hey Fortune S'mores. Ooh, yeah, full dress up try on yesterday, and it was amazing. Except, I have discovered an unforeseen development, which is from my like 25 pound weight loss, depending on how much if I've pooped or not. Uh, that's a great way to start the live stream, by the way.
The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know. I have a lot of loose skin now up in this area, which makes it really uncomfortable to wear corsets the way that I usually do. So I needed to like kind of mod out an undergarment to like hold all that in until it tightens up. But I was like, well, this is great except for that it sucks. Hey, Christy, I'm doing wonderfully actually. But yeah, Spyro is like done, you guys. Like you can kind of see it all splayed out on the table here behind me. Like there are a few things. Like I got the necklace repainted, but now I need to go through and do the antiquing on it because I think it'll benefit from that. We got the shoes sanded down, the little toes. That way they don't like rock whenever I walk in them anymore. Which I may need to actually just sand that one down just a little bit more, but we'll test it out and see. Belt sander's still hooked up outside, so that'll be fine. Thanks, Draco.
Did you shorten the necklace?
I haven't shortened the necklace yet. I need to address, which in my dream last night, Randy, the reason that the LED had shorted out was the battery was low. And I don't think it's going to be that simple.
No, I don't think so either.
Okay, well, yeah, one of my LEDs shorted out in the tail. So I'm going to have to redo the LED for that one. Really? Adam actually got a notification from YouTube.
Hey, I still haven't.
Right? Yeah, it is pretty chilly. So y'all are actually about to hear the heater knock back on. I'm not turning it off today. Our pipes finally unfroze. And now that we've got the PEX pipe, the shower is busted, but the pipes are good. They didn't burst all the way up to the shower handle. The shower handle is where it exploded. So, and there's water everywhere. So, cheers, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I just finished making my first wire wrap ring with cracked marble for the stone. Right on, Susan.
Nice.
Oh, that's a lot of fun. I want to show you guys how these wings came out, though. Yeah. Oh gosh, I lost my man. I haven't fixed the swag hips yet. Like I've only done the things that I said I did.
Oh, okay.
Like there's still those last bit of things to do, but I'm just gonna get this turned around real quick. Boop. Oh, okay, so that's the wing, and Randy had a brain blast and helped me to figure out how to wire the tips. So now I got LEDs in my wings. And so this is the inside, but the problem is they are so heavy. Which, I mean, it's not that they're so heavy. It's just that I used a 9 or a 12 gauge instead of what probably should have been a 9 gauge. So they just keep relaxing on me. But I'm going to add in like a wire around the core here and attach it to some straps. And just, I've learned a lot for my first pair of wings. I'm really excited to make another pair, but did get all of that information in a tutorial though, so that's really exciting. Hey Randy, do you mind if I show them the pictures on your phone that you took of it glowing? You grunt like a Sam dog. And Sam's like, I take offense to that.
Okay, swipe left. When you get to the one of your face, stop.
Okay.
It's the one I sent of you pouting.
Oh. Okay. Watching you make those wings. Oh, right on, awkward life. So this is what it looks like under a black light, if we can get it to stop. Okay, first off, let's focus, camera. Second off, Okay. But I never knew that my teeth were so fluorescent. But so there's that.
And what looks to be like fluorescent bars are actually your legs.
Yeah. And then that's what the back looks like. Will it? Nope. It's just going to keep. Maybe if we go like that. Yeah, it's kind of the idea between the glow in the dark and the LEDs and stuff. But I'll have to post these up to our Patreon so that y'all can see. Or maybe even Instagram or just something. I'll post them somewhere that way y'all can actually see without like screenception stuff going on. Thank you so much, Tashers. Thank you, everybody. I'm really excited.
This is probably my favorite one.
Yeah, I thought that was the one that I had shown him.
No.
Was it not? But no, because the way that the wings are, like, they glow in the dark because of the Art and Glow powder. And man, a little goes a long way with that stuff. It did good. Oh, well, thank you, Brooke. You've done a fantastic job on the costume, says Cherry. Cherry says, hi, Randy.
Hello. This is it with the lights off.
And this is it just with the lights off. So it's still pretty fun, but it's more fun with a black light. It's so blurry, they can't hardly. Oh, man. I feel much better about myself today. So I'm like, hey, does memory glands. Why does that dragon have memory glands? That doesn't make sense. Adam says, I hope you place, but I bet there is some stiff competition. I don't know if I'll place. Like, hopefully that'd be great, because if any winnings that we get, I'm going to buy new glasses, because I need new glasses.
You're getting new glasses anyway.
I know. But,
Okay.
Thank you, Designs by Elle. Oh, she says, homesick boo, get to catch up on live stream. Oh, you want me to show that one? And then Randy wanted y'all to see that picture too, which that's like of the headdress and stuff. I don't know, he was taking pictures of me and I was like, I feel like that malfunctioned foot sculpture that I had done, it was bad.
You want to show them this one?
So that's my tail in action. So it feels so good, like so satisfying. Like at this point, we're going to Branson, we're gonna compete and stuff, but I've had so much fun and learned so much making this that like I feel like a winner chicken dinner in my bitter little heart. So Christy says, I can't wait to see these pics. But no, it's and I did test wear these ones with the whole costume, and if I learned anything from my old Capricorn outfit, for those of y'all who remember those shoes, not being stable on my feet makes everything else about the costume that much more uncomfortable, as well as like just rigid and just trying not to fall over. So I've decided to go with the backup shoes, which are much more reasonable heel height, that I can actually walk without having to think about it, and like much more natural in those shoes. So that was really cool. Karen asks if we're making anything in today's live stream. Making a mess, probably, but I don't know. We'll see what the day brings. Honestly, I woke up like half an hour ago, so.
See on the left side of the screen in the background, there's some boxes.
I got some mail to open today. Oh, well, thank you, Cherry. Y'all make me feel like a winner every day, though, so it's...
So I honestly don't know if we're going to get to making anything.
I should get to mail opening?
You should get to mail opening.
Okay. I'm going to be all the way over in there.
Yep.
So, holla at me. Yeah, you got to talk real loud over the heater. No, you do, though. Are you having streaming issues, or is it on my end? I don't know. Randy is buffering as well. Keep in mind, I'm streaming from my phone because our house internet is garbage. I'm just gooching my butt across the house. Okay. Oh, also, nudity. Naked mannequin in the background. Still turned like this. Nope, you can still see her. Okay, that's just... Guys, I want to show you this very out-of-season development. Flip. I had used some of the compost from my garden, and I guess it had morning glory seeds in it, but I have a bloom. A beautiful little morning glory flower in the house, which that's great, I guess. Randy's like, kill it, because there's such a pest around here. I had planted them when we first moved in, and now every year, like, we're having to fight to keep them from, like, ripping the siding off of the house, and, like, they're a bit of a pest. Hey, Sam Dog. Mama loves you, I do. Daddy loves you, too. Oh, yeah, it's always snaky. I do she knows. He's like, why do you shake me, Ma? Okay, so we're gonna open some mail. Yeah, I don't know about the... I'm not on the house internet, am I? Nope, I'm going to space. Thanks, Simon. Okay, it could, yeah, be sure to refresh, and, like, maybe check your video quality, so... Oh, I don't know. Actually, that aloe got knocked off the shelf by the cat, is super overcrowded, and I haven't watered it in, like, a week. So, that's the secret to getting my aloe to live, is don't give it enough light, water, nutrients, it'll be great. Okay. Though I do have it potted up basically in nothing but worm case casting. Okay, so that, oh, I got need scissors. Okay. Huh? What? Lacey, thank you so much. I'm sure they're pet safe, especially for the kitties. For sure. Fortunately, our cats, they're like, give me the good stuff, which is the dried up catnip. They generally, other than sitting in them, they leave the houseplants alone. They have a much better green thumb than I do. Susan, that's only after, like, these are the plants that have survived the gauntlet of, like, the past decade of just systematically killing every green thing that I try to grow. How are the chickens? They're pretty good. They actually have an Easter bunny hanging out with them. Our meat pen rabbit, who that's just, like, we had gotten her from our friend's meat pen because she wasn't show quality, but she's still like a beefcake, like, bunny. Ripped through the wire in the top of her cage, and she was very, like, unhappy, like, and aggressive being a pen rabbit, but now that she's out running loose in the yard, she hangs out with the chickens, she runs up to me to say hey and try to bite my legs off, but she's a very good guard rabbit, so the chickens have a new guard rabbit, so that's pretty cool. Ooh. Misty! She says, sending this as heard mentioned in the live stream that it would have been handy. Hope it helps in future projects to even try out. Misty, what you doing? Oh, heck yeah! Liquid latex! Misty, that's phenomenal! General purpose. Can be used as an adhesive. Realistic wounds, easy to use, make 3D skin effects. Very cool. Thank you so much, Misty. I hope you're doing well. You guys still use the bunnies for meat? Honestly, no. Our friend who we actually got the meat pen rabbit from, he does all the harvesting and stuff, and it's just, I haven't bred in like a year, like basically since Azimuth moved out. Like I just haven't had the energy for it. But I think she might have accidentally bought it twice. But, aw, hey peddler, how's it going? Yeah, Misty, I don't know if you want me to send this, I mean, I would definitely keep it and use it, but it's, it looks like they sent it twice, which is phenomenal. Now I've got twice as much. Because it says on the note.
Okay.
Yep, like same note and everything. It's weird though, they're all crumpled up. Double boiling trouble. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Heaven's Handcrafted, formerly Colleen's Creations. Right on. Thank you, Misty. Okay, now we've got some big boxes. Bigger boxes. Which I have no idea what this is or who it's from. Hey, Southern, how's it going? What's this? What's this? What is this? What this? Lots of bubble mailer. Just throw those on the floor. Oh! Holy crap! Right on! It's a cover. It's a travel safe bead tray. But I love these because used to they didn't come with this little plastic cover that pops off. But that plastic cover is nice. I need to find the note. Who is this? Who sent me all these goodies? What this? What this? Oh, another one. Hey, London girl. Do what, Randy?
Saying hey to London girl.
Oh, right on. Okay, here's Misty. She says, I figure you can't ever have enough of these things, and this one has a spot for your phone, so maybe a temple room or in a tight workstation spot. Hope it helps. Hope these help in your leatherworking projects. From Misty. Saw this on your list, and I'm sure you can use these from some resin projects. Hope it helps. Oh.
That's like 2 hours to Branson?
Is it?
I think so.
I think so. It's always gross every time we go to Branson, so we always have to go super slow because it's always gross and like at night. Misty, thank you so much. Let's keep open. What? It's a cat grab board for the kitties. Oh, ooh, with a bag of catnip, with a bag of the good stuff. Hey, Ember. Because Callie's currently outside. She is rambunctious today. She's like Twitter pated or something. There's 2 of them. Well, how do you put it? Where's my Ember kitty? No, you're a dog. Misty, I'll definitely have to get footage of the cats using it. And then post it for you to see. Right on. Oh no, I'm sorry, Candace. That's really weird. Hey, Sam. I know. If you were a cat, well, I guess you could use it. I mean, you're not a cat, but I'll allow it. Holy mackerel. Hey, Randy. Misty got us the airbrushing pots.
Are you serious?
The big old airbrushing pots.
Oh.
And they'll fit the machine.
Nice.
That is perfect. Thank you so much, Misty. Holy crap.
We actually went shopping for them.
We did. Hobby Lobby was the only place in our area that carries airbrush stuff, and they were completely out of pots. Somebody had bought them out. These are metal stamps. We'll do some metal stamping today. Knurled center punch kit. More metalworking stuff. Yes, sir. I just feel like ooh, ooh la la. Ow. 5.7-inch ring light with tripod stand. What? What do I use to bake my clay? I usually put them on just any kind of cookie sheet or something. I really have a preference for my stoneware that I swept from my mom. That it's like a pizza pan. But I just bake them in my regular oven. But also, if it's a small enough batch, I'll do it in the toaster oven. All right, on. Linda says she got her February crate. I'm so glad. Now, that's something, talking about the Patreon craft crates. Yeah, this live stream is brought to you by Misty and designs by Elle. And, oh, I forgot her name. Lacey Storm. I'll have to remember that. That was so generous of you, Lacey. I'm so bad with names, though. Oh, and it's got a little carrying case. Misty, I do think that this will be perfect. It's got lots of little pieces, so I'm going to leave it in the box for now. But, yeah, and honestly, Sean's right. This whole live stream is brought to us by all of y'all. It wouldn't be the same without you guys here. Ooh. But yeah, a whole thing of airbrush pots, which is fantastic because I had 2, which it gets really frustrating to be swapping out, like having to clean out my pots every single time. Wow, Misty, this was so generous though. No, the garb hasn't sold. She still has the legs for days. I was putting the spiral on her, but she's a bit twiggy. So and I am not. Like, I'm on the opposite end of spectrum. She's all long and sleek, and I'm all like short and stocky, but that's all right. And these are, ooh, they're chocolate molds, but y'all know what I'm gonna be doing with these. Yes. Is resin casting. And there's the heater again, which is good. My feet were getting cold. I'm not going to take them out of the packaging because I don't want them to get dog fur on it, but they've got all these little, like, shapes, which these ones, because you don't have to fill a mold up all the way, but these ones had a much more rounded, I wanted to make donut beads with them. This is going to be super cool, though. Thank you so much, Misty. It's like Christmas in March. Okay, and now the big one, which has me a little worried because that last big one was pretty big. Melody says, do you have a Harbor Freight near you? They have a lot of airbrush accessories. You know, Melody, it didn't even occur to me. That's where I had gotten my airbrush, like my air compressor and brush from. I'll have to go back and check them out. Well, night-night, Sean. Have a good nap and have a wonderful day at work. Ooh, oh, that's heavy. I haven't. He might be having a busy day at the shop, or... On earth is this? What? No way! What? No! Misty! Oh! Saw this on your list and was glad as I noticed you weren't using the chair as much. I assumed it's too big for some workstations. I've been eyeing some task chairs and stools but wasn't sure which one. Now I know. Misty! Oh no, I've been using this Craftroom's chairs are brought to you by Misty Cherie. Yeah, baby. Will you help me put it together? Woo! How's your hand doing? Okay. But yeah, I was needing something that would fit into my nest, which is behind me because I just keep, cause that pink chair is rickety wrecked. Like, thank you. I love you. But yeah, I've been using the big one with the arms over around the big table for my polymer clay and leather working. But anything with arms just doesn't fit in my little nests. Randy's got like carpal tunnel, or like his old fracture is acting up in his right hand. It's just, he says he's just old, which I don't think that's the case yet. Not old, but well used, faux show. Ow, my eyeballs. I'll clean up. Thank you so much, Misty. This is, I mean, just phenomenal. What? You level up our life on a regular basis. Oh, I don't. In one of the drawers. Just one of them. I will. Just put it in the clamp in the same drawer. Okay, so again, it's going to be quite loud because I'm right next to a heater vent. Okay, there we are. Love the beads near here. Thank you, Janine. This is a bracelet, actually, that was made for me. You know, and I can never remember her name. Like, that's something that I always fear that y'all might take it personally, that I'm so bad with names. Yeah, at SC we've got 2 dogs. Sam is the solid black one. Z is the solid black one with white spots. Or like bits on him. He's a little more salt and pepper now.
Solid black, but he's not solid black.
Yeah, the solid black one that's not solid black. But I like my puppers. So, for those of y'all who keep up with us on Patreon, because over on our Patreon, you don't even have to be a pledger to see a lot of these things. But I had posted work in progress pictures of this necklace for my Spyro. Well, I'm gonna have to get it without the apron on. I have to leave early today. Wishing you tons of luck at Branson Con. Oh, well, thank you, Yvonne. I think we're gonna have a blast. Our friend George is coming with us. Our friends Zach and Lauren are gonna be there, and it's gonna be great, I think. So yeah. So normally I would have definitely left it silver, but for the Spyro costume, it needed to be gold. But I'm really pleased with. Hey, Erin. Do you want love? Yeah, it's a saddle seat. It's supposed to help with my crappy posture. Don't look at it like it's weird. I'll let y'all know how the saddle seat works out. Because honestly, I was opening it, and before I saw the note, Misty, I was like, I just saw it say saddle, and I was like, this is getting weird really fast. But I need to shorten it a bit because I want it to sit about here with the way that the costume sits. But by doing a solid 12 gauge wire across the back, I was able to get it to sit more like regally. Angela says, I only have to meet someone once and I'll never forget their face, even if I don't see them for another 20 years. But dang if I can remember anyone's name. Angela, that's really relatable. Hey, Alan, not a whole lot. We just finished doing a very generous mail opening, and I was going to start playing around with some metal stamps. Hey, Garner. Well, thank you. I'm really excited about these ones, though, because they're like a nice little like celestial theme. And I don't know if I can use leather working stamps on metal, but I know that I can use metal working stamps on leather, as well as polymer clay. So, well, what's their name, Angie? Randy is in the other room putting together a saddle chair for me, which hopefully I won't fall out of. Are the metal bits on that necklace found items, or did you bend them? The metal bits on the necklace are actually modified out, like, zinc alloy, like, pewter necklaces from, like, oh gosh, I can't remember if it was, like, AliExpress or Amazon, but, and I'll bring it in close so you can see. Oh, right on, Jan. But yeah, you can see I actually soldered them together, which it was not very good at that just yet. But it's very like ancient relic looking. Like I'm not good at getting it as clean as I want. But this was the very first soldered piece I had done.
It's the easiest chair to install ever.
Cool. Except for its wheels.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, so I wanted to get it all smooth and matching, but that didn't quite work out. But now you can see over here on the sides that came out a little bit smoother. So, well, thanks, Mary. I missed part 2, but not your Branson. Right on. Huh? Success?
This is a tall boy.
Oh, is it? Will it scrunch down?
No.
No, keep riding the little... It won't lower down? Yeah, it will.
No to me. Being on camera.
Oh, but it was adorable. Okay, swap me out if you would. Oh boy, I'm gonna be straddling. Oh no, that's quite nice. Where's the little lever for? Oh, it's right behind your booty. Okay. Yeah, this is a workable height.
It goes tall.
It does it.
Give it a try.
Straddly tall boys. Oh man, this is nice.
Stand up and do the.
Is it gonna whop me in my front butt if I?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's a tall boy. Okay. My feet don't reach the ground.
That must be sad.
It is sad because now I can't get down. Woo. Okay. Ah, thank you so much, Misty. This is squishy for sure. Oh, yeah. Teresa says you were starting to talk about Patreon. Are we getting things settled? They took my money the 1st of March. Things seem to be settling a little bit more. People are being processed and stuff, but we are still sending out packages on the 15th. Aaron, right? This is very nice because it's kind of, yeah, I think this is going to work out really nicely. Sorry, it's my butt's having an experience. Bye, Alan. Thanks for popping in. What were we talking about? Patreon. We're still gonna wait until the 15th to ship packages out because part of what's been happening, I think, is if like a person's card was declined or if they changed tiers or just, you know, different things, it gives it a little bit more time to get settled, and that way we can make sure that everybody's properly getting their packages. Let us know if you end up walking like John Wayne. Honestly, it's how I normally sit anyways, just with a little bit more support, and I'm not all hunched over, and I can pretend like I'm riding a horse, like my inner Tina from Bob's Burgers. What? What should we name it? I won't name the chair, that's weird, never mind. Hey, Jody.
Is this really loud?
That is pretty loud, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh.
You're a turd, you know that? You're a beautiful, glorious turd. Penny says that seat is good for posture. You kind of have to sit nice and straight. Yeah, for sure. Like, I really like the balance ball chairs, except for that I fall out of them, but I like the concept. And this has the same, like, good posture concept, except for,
Parlour.
Randy, you blocked.
Can't block me.
Is there / will there be videos on your soldering work? Yes, actually. And we can get this kind of turned around a bit. That way y'all can get a better look at the necklace, because I had used stained glass beveled pieces, and I'm still scratching the paint off. I just used the Lumiere gold paint, but I had gotten these from Delphi Glass, and I went through and used like the copper foil and wire to make, in this part it just looks so muddy to me, and it's, I don't know, being a little bit of a perfectionist, but it's like but again, it got better over here on the sides, and I just added in the wire. I got video of the whole process, so we will be having a tutorial coming out either tomorrow or Saturday, because I don't have anything else scheduled, because I keep losing footage. I don't know if it's actually gone or if it just got buried or what's going on, but like the chainmail lantern tutorial, I think I'm just gonna have to reshoot that.
Seriously? Yeah,
again. But very, very excited about that. A tooth scraper would work out well. Did you make molds of these for resin before you stuck them all in your costume? I tried to leave a few left over. I had used up all of my mold making compound doing like the horns and stuff, but I will hopefully be making molds of them. That way I could just cast it like solidly out of resin. But I do need to go ahead and shorten the necklace part by about 1 inch. So there's that. We gotta open up this. This is so cool though. I'm really excited about these. These are perfect for whenever you're drilling a hole in metal, you hit it with this punch first and it does a very specific dent. And that way your drill's not like it'll focus the drill point and you'll actually get a better uh, hole in your work. Oh, and I left my scissors in yonder. I'll be right back, guys. I really like this saddle chair. It's a very engaged posture, if that makes sense. And I can reach everything. The screw will sit down in the dimple. That's a good point, Christy. I hadn't thought of that. Y'all are so clever. Like, I honestly do feel like I learned just as much, if not more, from y'all than what I teach in my tutorials. So, were you just humming the song from Escaflowne? Yes! I don't know the proper words, but what brand are your bent nose pliers? I don't know. I think Glitter Line. They may have been Beetalon, whoever it is that has the glitter handles. But I went through and etched in our little Randy and I's signature.
Me, I have the glitter handles.
You have the glitter handles, honey?
Cleared. Here it is.
Emissy asks, do you sell your costumes after you've worn them for an event? So much time and resources go into them, must be worth so much. Typically I try to hold on to the costumes, but what had happened with my older pieces, from last year, the Wild Guardian, and my Capricorn, basically my 2017 and my 2018 competition pieces. Ooh, Randy getting him some caffeine. I shrank out of them. 20 pounds apparently made a big difference in whether or not a costume will fit. So I sold those ones at honestly what was probably a bit of a discount because they had been worn. The Wild Guardian had been worn at that point for almost 2 years. So, I didn't charge full price. But I did do modifications for free also for that lady. So, Jim. There we go. But yeah, I like the way that hangs. I'm going to have to stiffen up that wire just a little bit more, I think. Time to try it on again. But yeah, if y'all have questions for me, if you could do an @ and then Yvonne Williams, just like how, Erin says 20 pounds, that's awesome. Are you still losing weight? No. Winter is hard. And we've been eating a lot of ramen. Like just poor life decisions in general, but I also haven't really gained back too much. Just trying to, just like that, Daniel. Thank you. I'm just trying for long-term consistency. I figure slow and steady. It didn't take me, I didn't gain my weight overnight. I'm not going to lose it overnight. And I'm like, if I could lose 20, 25 pounds every year for the next 4 years, I'll be exactly where I want to be at. Hopefully loose skin won't be too much of a problem. And hopefully I won't just gain it all back the next, as soon as I start eating carbs or something. Yeah, that's a much more manageable length. I think with the way that the, cheapo ramen. Do you drink plain water, flavored water? Lots and lots of plain water, actually. Yeah, my water bottle's still in there, but I try to drink like a liter or 2 a day of water if I can manage it. Amazon. It's actually, there will be a link in the video description where you can click on to go see my most used tools and materials. It'll be under the metal smithing tab on Amazon over there. Thanks. Yeah, I thought that joining from poolside and right on, Vicky. But I'm gonna go through and antique it a bit to tone down that kind of almost borderline tacky gold color. I mean, it is a costume piece, and that's what looks good with the Spyro costume, but it definitely looks out of place just when I'm not painted purple. You watching your sugar intake? I'm watching it go in, yeah. No, and that's the thing, Jim, is I know I haven't been doing well, so I'm not surprised at all that I haven't been losing, and that I've actually like I've been gaining and losing the same like 3 to 5 pounds all winter. But I miss going on walks. Like, just as soon as it starts warming up and we get the garden in the ground, I'm sure it'll be, we'll start just losing weight again. That'll be great. Sugar free coming up. That'd be nice. Oh, really, Kelly? And I feel bad I haven't been vlogging the way that I vlog in my head to you guys over on my personal channel. I'm enjoying my newfound love, chainmail, but if you have a chance before the end of the live stream, could you talk us newbie mailers how to connect the half Persian 3-in-1? Yes. But you're gonna hate me. Because it's horrible. That's so relatable, Natasha. Right on. Right? I hope she's all right. Okay, getting things situated. Why are you crooked for? Huh? I actually have to use these metal stamps right now. Is Parawire changing their name? My last email was from Parawire/Metalliferous. I don't know, Candace. It might have been, was that the name of, sometimes they'll feature different artisans. Could that have been the artisan that they were featuring? By the way, I just got around to watching your How I Stopped Hating Myself video, and oh my god, it was just, really? I'm so glad to be helpful to you. I had intended to do a part 2 on that, but it was, right? It is not easy, you guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've never met anybody who's like, yeah, it was no problem at all. And if I ever hear anybody say that, I'm honestly gonna be a little suspicious and be like, really? It wasn't even like a little hard? You liar! Oh, hey Holly. Oh my gosh, I hope you're all right. So many. Our friend George lost his job. Our friend Zach lost his job. Holly lost her job. This is madness. That's fair, Melody. And that's something that I really like to address that weave in hands-on, like, live classroom settings because see, I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on it. Oh, I haven't, Toshers. Finally off work during your live stream and I forgot to watch. Oh no! Well, we're still here, Kim. Just started hammering wire and I'm trying to get some 12 gauge copper flat enough for my metal stamps. I tried annealing, but I can only get the ends flat enough. Suggestions? Possibly a heavier hammer, because if you anneal it and then hit it with the heavy hammer, you'll get a lot more spread than as you're tapping it with a lighter hammer. It's going to be like it hardening up with every hit, whereas with the heavy one it's like, but also, and it's an expensive piece of machinery, but I've been having my eye on one for one day. Lottery dreams, right? Is a milling, like it's a roll mill or something, but it's like you can roll out flat sheets from ingots or like shape your wires, or like it's like this very specific tool that does a few things exceptionally well, but just milling it out flat I think would be the way to go. Veronica asks, is it because of the upcoming festival that your live streams are more concentrated on costuming, or are you getting away from jewelry? It's just that we're coming up on a Branson Comic-Con where we're going to be competing. Normally my live streams are just, actually my live streams and tutorials are centered around whatever it is I'm making currently in this stage of my life, but I always come back to jewelry though, because it's taken me a month on this costume. I was able to make this necklace in a day, which is really nice to be able to just intensely obsess about a costume or about a project for just a day. Now, I do also thrive on very long-term, like month-long obsessions, but other stuff starts to slip, onto back burners and things. So, no, in no way will I ever be like, nope, I don't make jewelry anymore. I love it. It's shiny and gorgeous, and I like making it and I like teaching it. And there's not a single technique that I've learned for jewelry that hasn't also been able to trickle over into some other facet of craftiness or art or like even I've learned how to solder wires, like electrical wires for LEDs for in my costume, and just my ability to twist some wires together from wire wrapping really helped with that. So it's jewelry is the little microcosm of craftiness that I can do something but in a small enough scale that it's wearable, which also makes it sellable. I can experiment on something that's like a 1 inch square and sell it for like $5 and then use that same technique and concept for something that's like wall art sized, if that makes sense. But okay, I'm getting off on a tangent. But no, I will always still do jewelry. I hope so. Randy was asking, I missed the question, but it was now that you know how to solder, are you going to be making some really cool fairy houses? And I do really hope to be able to incorporate what I've learned about hooking up LEDs into some little like fairy castles and different things instead of just being limited to using like LED tea lights kind of stuff. But it's an exciting future for sure. Hey Rachel. Fairy houses, gnome homes. Right on, Lisa. Do you ever take special orders for making molds for jewelry? I haven't, but shoot me an email and we'll see what's up. Let's see what you do with the petri dish donut I sent you. Right now, I have it sitting in my crystal pile so I can look at it because it makes me very happy to just look at it and play with it with the other crystals. So I'm excited to see what I end up doing with it as well. Your package could be held up in San Francisco. Oh no, really, Susan? Okay, well, we'll still keep an eye out for it. I have no idea why it would be there. We're in not San Francisco at all. But still keeping an eye. Hey, Lisa. I love the leather spell book. Did you sell it? It was a custom piece for a client, so it was sold from the get-go. And I haven't had as much time as I would have liked to be able to make more. But it's, again, gosh, if I could focus a bit, I'm sure I'd be able to get more done. But I'm really glad that you liked it, Cable. Did you ever see the fairy house I tagged you in on Instagram? It's a possibility. I've been hit or miss on Instagram here lately. And I know as soon as I was like, yeah, let's do all this stuff over on Instagram, it's like, I'm so bad at this. Sorry, guys. I tried making wire wrap ring with beads, super fiddly. Any tips on keeping the beads in place? Sometimes you can get in with like some very petite tipped pliers and just tighten up the wire in between the beads, or maybe use like some little silicone spacer beads in between them. That way they can squish but without the beads grinding against each other. Susan says, same thing has happened to some that have posted just where it is out of country packages. That's strange. Huh, right on, Daniel. That's just madness. Hey, Salvi. Thanks for popping in. Right on, Tashers. Okay. I don't actually know if I'm going to do the half Persian 3-in-1. Let's do it. Let's do it anyways. Let me clear off a spot for it. Hey, Cassie. I lost my little thing. I'll put you right there. Hey, why are you not where files though? There we are. Okay. We're gonna have to get some half Persian 3-in-1 woven real quick, so it's gonna take a minute to set up. So y'all keep sending questions, and I'll keep answering them while we get these rings set up. Cassie, I'm about to help y'all out with some joining half Persian 3-in-1. Well, drive safe, Angie. Oh, jeez. Randy,
Yeah.
Alabama had an F4 tornado. Thank you for being here today. My dad's in spinal surgery right now. I'm stuck at work and I have a huge pile of stuff to finish for Branson Con, but hearing you is helping me. Right on, Laura. You've got this. I hope your dad does well through his surgery. Jeez, Kelly.
We're at in Alabama.
Do y'all know if it was northern, southern, which parts of Alabama? That's rough. And this time of year, too, that's strange. Yeah. Birmingham. We'll have to check in on Silver Cicada and them.
Yeah.
See how they're doing. That's rough. Sorry, the dog's over there barking. Right on, Colleen. She's currently using my rubber rings for my craft crate to do a half Persian 31 bracelet while I watch you. Right on. Ooh, Lacey. I just had my first payment to Patreon. When do you usually send out the crates? I'm so excited and can't wait. In an effort to try to not disappoint by having it be too late in the month, but have it be late enough that even like delayed or declined card payments can go through, we'll be shipping out on the 15th. Or the closest following business day, if that's like a Saturday or a Sunday or something. But mid-month, so you'll be expecting your package anywhere from 3 days to 2 weeks after that, depending where in the world you are. International usually takes a little longer. So there's that. Mile wide for 24 miles. Jeez, Linda. That's rough. It's fortunate it wasn't more fatalities. You still do henna, and do you need a special permission to do it at cons and such? We still do henna. We've never had to get special permission, ever, so I don't really know. Yeah, no one's ever approached us or anything. That usually, we always read like the vendor contracts and stuff, but there's never anything in there about like no face painting, no henna. They might be like nothing that makes loud noises, so we might not be able to do like airbrushed body art because compressors can be quite loud. Jules by Jude says, "How does the Patreon work?" I wish I knew. No, typically, you'll pledge. And you can pledge anytime during the month, but payment is usually taken out on the 1st. So if you pledge right now, payment shouldn't be taken out until April 1st. And then we ship a package off to you following that. Now, if you have like behind this, like our $1, $5 tiers, they get lots and lots of behind the scenes content. Our $10 tier gets access to our digital download templates. So all of the templates and patterns that we sell on our Etsy, as well as like coloring pages and just whatever we come up with, really. And then at the $20 and up tiers, we send you a craft along kit. That way, and we actually make a Patreon exclusive video of unboxing the crates, and we can kind of craft together a little bit on specific projects. Though you can also use this crafty stuff for whatever you want. So, jeez. Right? Um, Susan, you can, but it's like at our post office, they're like, we'd have to go to San Francisco to like pursue it down. So I have no idea. Jeez. Okay. I got a little bit of a spot cleared off. Let's get to weaving. I'm going to use very contrasting colors for this, and I wonder if I have them. Using stretchy rings would be really nice. What's up, babe?
Someone had a mini fire in their apartment and it took out the power.
Oh, jeez.
The second day without power.
I hope it's not too cold where they are. Life could be harder. Right, Jordan? Yeah, I do kind of wish the chair were just a little shorter, but that's all right. I'll figure this out. If I were my stretchy rubber rings, I'd be right there. Hey, Sam. Okay, so I'm about to get the screen turned around. Now we're using a smaller weave today, and honestly, or rather a smaller ring size. I usually, whenever I'm weaving half Persian 3-in-1, oh man, yeah, it's pretty cold up in Kansas City. Ah, hi, Dark Spirit. I'll have to check that out. No, the chair right now is on its shortest setting. It goes up much taller though. It's just that for years, being a short person, I keep my work surfaces pretty low. That way my feet can be on the ground. Okay. Yeah, Danielle, whenever the way that we're doing the videos specifically for the kits is to keep it from getting confusing. You can only see the video link for your tier, but that's only for those videos. Everything else is open for, like everything we post to the $1 tier you can also see at 50. But we had released the videos where it was just everybody could see everything, and I was getting quite a few questions being like, I didn't get this in my kit. And I'm like, well, you're not in that tier, so that's why that's not in your kit. So to try to avoid any kind of confusion, because we understand that Patreon isn't always necessarily the most user friendly, whenever you're through the app, we have it to where you can only see the video that's applicable to the tier that you're in. So here I'm using 18 gauge 3/16 anodized aluminum and stretchy EPDM rubber rings. And the nice thing about the rubber rings is they behave like a closed ring, but you don't have to work with them at all. Nope, threw that one on the ground. One for the project, one for the floor. One for the project, one for the floor. And I think it usually takes about 30 rings to make a complete bracelet. Ooh, I'm way far behind. Pam says, what ring size would you use for the 50mm dragon's eye? At least this ring size, I might go up to a 16 gauge 1/4 inch, but I don't know if I would go too much higher over than that. It depends on the application, really. On, if you used a larger ring size, like you could use an 18 gauge 1/4 inch and get a much airier, like a much more open and lacy looking chainmail. Okay. So again, this is the time consuming part, but I like having it all set up and out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. I think so. The question is, now that I've made dragon wings, angel wings should be pretty easy. And with what I've learned off of making the dragon wings, like structurally, yeah, I think we'll be able to get some of these things figured out. It just, even with as lightweight as foam is, if you have weight farther out from the, would it be the fulcrum? I don't know. From the center area, you're just, that leverage is really gonna still affect it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Whenever we
13.
ship out our Patreon craft crates, we'll send out the links for the videos.
Whenever the crates get sent out, we'll do the links for the craft along videos. Now I'm putting 2 closed rubber rings on the first ring, and then one on each after that, and none on the last. Let me fiddle with this camera for a minute and get hopefully a better angle. There we whoop. Well, there's that. Right on, Jordan. Well, I feel like that's the helpful part. Like sometimes it's for me it's been more helpful to learn how to fix messing up than how to do the correct project because it's I watch people's tutorials and like everything's going perfectly and smoothly for them, and then I'll try it and I'm like I'm crap at this. It's the troubleshooting part that's the most valuable. It's like I mean, it's nice to know how it's supposed to be done, but it's like, well, what am I supposed to do now that it's, janked up beyond all recognition, um, as it often does. Because when presenting, I don't know, when presenting how to do something correctly, uh, that's one way of doing it. But there's like 30 ways of it going horribly, horribly wrong. And those are the ways that I need to know about too. So that's why I'll always share with you guys, my mess ups and that it's normal and natural to mess up too. Tashers, we're working with 18 gauge 3/16, which these were actually the ring size from the metal ring size from February's Craft Along kits. So we've closed the first ring. I know that this is a live stream and it's probably going to be a little grainy, but bear with me. So I'm just pushing those two rings together so that they're stacked like that. Picking up another ring and passing our metal ring through those two. Closing it. Holding it, grabbing that rubber ring, and tucking it kind of behind the other one. So you can kind of see how that's happening. Right, Penny? And so, oops. I'm watching what I'm doing through the camera lens, so my depth perception is pretty wonky. And we're just going to continue weaving. And let's see how quick we can get this actually, because the focus here isn't so much on weaving it as it is on joining it. Made wings from your tutorial. Mine turned out smaller, hence didn't measure twice, only had red solo. Mine are a little scary, but right on. Yeah, I'd actually received a comment that my wings were very big and like stuck out a lot, and it's like that's definitely something to keep in mind is the intended function of the wings. I made these ones huge because I made it for a competition piece, so I know I'm going to be up on stage. There's not going to be other people around me, when on stage, but they're also very removable. That way, whenever we are going through like a crowd, I don't have to, just be bludgeoning people to death with my wings. And so keep in mind, if you're just intending on, walking through a crowded convention, definitely make them a bit, less pokey outy, less protruding, I guess. But that's the nice thing about hand making your own stuff is you get to really specifically make it for you, for your, function. Right, Jordan, that's really relatable too, though. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. Sam says, I'm about to start my holistic counseling practice and I want to run craft groups for therapy. Wow! I would like to recommend your tutorials. I hope that's okay with you. Please do. Any way that I can be helpful to what you're doing, Sam. That sounds phenomenal. Can you show a close-up of which rings you're connecting? Yeah. And it really does help to start with a two-toned bracelet. That way you can be like, okay, these were my opened rings, these are my closed rings. And that way you can come through 1 and 2. Just like that. and then close it. And then I take our little dangly one and make sure it's positioned correctly for the next step. Aaron, we're doing the half Persian 3-in-1, or HP 3-1. I do, Miguel. Yeah, I think I may actually need to put my bench up and bring it up an inch or two with a new saddle seat. And for anybody who's interested, I will actually be selling this bracelet on Etsy after today's live stream. Because it is time for new glasses. Gotcha, babe. Right on, Jim. Crafting, crafting, crafting. Do, crafting, crafting. Excuse me, sorry, I did not mean to just cough in your ear. Ooh, mandala dotting. That's something I've always wanted to get into. How many rings should be enough for the beginning of the chainmail so it stops from turning? Usually after the fifth or sixth ring or unit getting added on. I don't know, it depends on what weave you're doing though. Like spiral chain will always come unwound. That's just the nature of the weave. But usually once you get 5 or 6 units into it, it looks conditioning clay. Right on, Catherine. It gets a lot more easy to manage because that's something that chainmail can be very daunting at first, but you're really just repeating the same thing over and over and over. Hey Oklahoma, how's it going? Patreon took my payment out on time, so I don't know about anyone else. Just wanted to let you know. Right on. Well, thank you, Diana. Or Diane. Ah, well, thanks, Randy. Hey, Scarlett. Yeah, it's been a minute. How have you been? Okay, so I was wrong. 30 is not enough. It looks like we're going to need to do at least 40. And also, I think we still have quite a few things left up for sale on Etsy, but I was thinking about posting some more steampunk cabs. I didn't know if you guys would be interested in that. Excuse me. Okay, so that's how it's coming out so far. And you can always gauge if you get about an inch woven and be like, well, I need, a 20-inch lanyard or, whatever, and just gauge off if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rings for an inch, then, we can guesstimate that, if we need a 10-inch something, it'll be 60 rings. So I need like 2 more inches, so let's do 12 more. Do you ever use those rings with slits that one wears on one's finger to open and close jump rings? I haven't, because I've never found one that fit my finger in a way that wasn't just twisting and hurting my knuckle. They seem more better suited for thicker, bigger, like longer fingers, like a just a bigger, more sturdily built hand, I guess. All right on, Melody. I'll be sure to pop some more up on there. But yeah, I hope y'all have been enjoying the free gifts that we pop into a lot of the. Usually, if you buy more than one item, or if it's like an international order, we'll slip in an extra cab or two to just as a thank you. Coffee time. Hmm. How to do the cougar for the lion? How should I represent that? Hmm. I'm not sure what you mean. The cougar for the lion? Courage. Okay. Hmm. Like a shield with a. No, the heart's the Tin Man. That's a good question. Those extras in the packages are always called boops. You say boop when you drop them in. How'd you know, Penny? Been making lots of canes just to see what I can do. I have tons of cabs and nothing to do with them. Right on, cab fever for sure. Yeah, right on. We'll do it. I'm excited to see how that comes out for you, Jordan. The giveaway isn't today, it'll be on Thursday. And the way to participate in Thursday's giveaway will be to comment on this video after the live stream is over. And that's you just wait until it's done being live, scroll down to the bottom of the page, there'll be, your icon with a leave comment tab. Do not leave the comment on Patreon or on Etsy or on Facebook or on Instagram. It's got to be here on YouTube because we go to a. Oh wow! Thank you so much, Randy. He says, "Hope this helps out better." It was supposed to be the first one. Oh goodness, that's greatly appreciated. So, real quick, Randy, since you commented or since you donated and stuff, I'm interested to know what's your favorite part about our channel? Like, do you like the leatherworking or the chainmail or the wire wrapping? Like, what brought you here and kept you here? Right, Daniel? Aw, Kilburn. Mm, right on. Well, I'm really glad that you like our wire wrapping. Yeah, I do love wire wrapping. It's a lot of fun. It lets me obsess, but still get stuff made. Okay. How tall are you? I am 5'4" on a good day, under regular gravity. Well, thank Gamsey. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna add like another inch to it. It's got a good, decent stretch, but since I'm putting it up for sale. Leslie says that looks way too complicated. Is you can do it. You can.
It's just like knitting.
It's just like knitting or crocheting. Once you learn the stitch, you just do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Yeah, up next is the hard part. Around 7.5 to 8 inches. Because honestly, usually, especially if I'm making something for in the booth, if it's chainmail, I'll make it a little longer than what it needs to be. Average people usually, like on average, uh, the wrist size is like 7.5 to 8. But it's a lot easier for us to shorten something down than it is for us to have to lengthen something. Because if we shorten it down, it's just a quick removal of however much material. Um, Whereas if we have to add material to it, we may or may not have those beads or those rings anymore, or, you know, just whatever. So, there we are. So now joining the ends. Yep. Do what, Randy?
How long is it?
It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3. Yeah, it's at 7 now, but you'll see it's quite stretchy. So it's joining together all right. These ones I had gotten from Rio Grande. They're stepped flat nose pliers, and they've been out of stock for like every time I've checked for the past like year. So that bums me out pretty bad. Excuse me. Okay, so joining time. We're gonna follow it around to make sure that there's no twists. And you can kind of line them up together and see, the blues on the bottom and the blacks on top. So we're going to be taking our metal ring, hooking through as though we were just continuing the weave, and then holding that in my right hand, I'm bringing this around, and I'm just going to hook through our rubber ring. Whenever something seems really difficult and complicated and insurmountable, we break it down into the tiniest of baby steps. So we'll close that. And just leave that there like that. And now what really helps with the stretchy rings too is it gives you a lot of leeway for like just cramming things. Um, so let's take a closer look at this and see. We want this blue ring sitting behind the other blue ring so that way that weave is continuous. And now we'll turn it, and we want the black ring sitting on top of the other black ring so that is continuous. And you can almost see where this blue ring, if it'll stop being blurry for just a moment, this blue ring needs to be hooked through this black one. So just holding it the way that it is, we're going to turn until our split is close. Holding our blue ring, we're going to open it. Get the camera to focus if we can. And now again, with these stretchy rubber, it makes it a lot easier. We can just push around and hook through right there on the black. And then we're going to close it. And that is joining half Persian 3-in-1. And I know that it makes it when it works, it's wonderful. When it doesn't, you're plier throwing, spitting mad. Just set the thing on fire, frustrated, but you can get it. I promise you, you can get it. Just keep trying different hand positions, different ring sizes, different colors. In one of the tutorials that I had done, I actually did a rainbow sequence, and that helps you to isolate even more. So hopefully that will be helpful to you guys. But y'all, it shaved good years off my life learning this weave. And not even just learning the weave, but learning how to join it. But what I really like about it is a flat on one side, so it lays really nicely. And especially with the rubber, like even if I'm working at a keyboard or something, doesn't really bother me as much. Yeah, Erin, no, it's true though. So that's that one, and this one will be up for sale on Etsy probably within the hour after the live stream is over. So it was really nice to get to weave some chainmail with you guys. I know that we don't do as much crafting in these live streams as what we used to, but I really do like to still fit it in. Ooh, my bum's not used to this saddle chair though. Oh my gosh, Kelly looks super accusing. I don't know if you can see her outside the window. Oh, hey Hag, how's it going? The weaving isn't bad, it's the finishing. Yeah, and also, do not hesitate. If you're just making like bracelets and stuff, just throw a clasp on it. If it's giving you stress, unless like you're really like compelled to join this. Oh, I have to go check this out. Yeah, judgmental kitty. Leslie, it's hard to not be happy with y'all around and with Randy in my life and with a judgmental cat glaring at me from outside and projects on my workbench and just y'all fulfill our life so much. So thank you so much. Do you know when we might get another wire weaving tutorial? Hopefully soon, Christy. And we cut back on the frequency of our tutorials. That way we could breathe a little bit and hopefully increase the quality of our tutorials. But that also means that since we do so many different things, you know, it feels like we're getting one kind of tutorial a month now. And I'm like, I'm not very happy with that. But we're working towards a happy place. So yeah, right, Nina? What would you say is the best weave to start for a complete beginner? Usually whenever I'm teaching classes, I start them out on a spiral chain. It's very straightforward. It's worked out pretty well for keeping as a beginner, because once you build up a little bit more coordination between your brain, eyes, and pliers, then all other weaves will be that much easier because you're already familiar with opening and closing and with like using pliers in place of your fingers. So that's almost the hardest part of chainmail for a lot of people when they're starting out, is finding a grip that works for them, figuring out, you know, sometimes it takes a little bit to figure out how to insert a ring into a weave. I don't know if we're going to be live streaming it. We have no idea what the internet's going to be like at Branson, but surely we're going to be getting some footage. We did finish Spyro. Do y'all want to see? And we go to Branson this weekend. We head out on Friday. Did you approve of my wire working I sent to you? Yes, Catherine, nailed it. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. Woo. Walking a little bit like John Wayne for sure.
Tutorial?
Yeah. Yeah, no, we don't have one for the overbust yet.
Right.
Okay, so this table is Spyro. Yeah, right? This is the purse that I'm going to be clipped to my hip. Never again will I be designing a costume that does not have a purse incorporated. I've got to be able to carry my phone on me and like my lip gloss. But it's got that nice holographic leather from Tandy. I'll be carrying my glasses and some different like stuff for taking out my contacts, just whatever, you know, whatever comes up. And then we also have the business card holder, because the whole point of making these costumes and wearing them around at conventions is to promote our YouTube channel, get people curious about how did you make that, and be like, I'll show you. Oh, well, thank you, Christy. I'm excited to just go to a convention. The only convention we've ever gone to that we weren't vending at was Planet Comic-Con, and that one was like so crazy. So hopefully Branson will be, I think it'll be a good thing. Aaron, right? So purse fully equipped. These are the backup photo shoot shoes. They're super sexy and I love them, but they are not good for walking in for me because I'm just not there yet. But the toe caps pop off of this shoe. You can see we've got the snap is actually screwed into the shoe, and then it just snaps on, so I can move it from one shoe to to the other
With ease.
with relative ease. And it's also really nice because it gives it a bit of a hinge. So whenever I'm walking, I can heel toe, well, and it'll curve. That way I'm not just like breaking my toes off or like clomping weird or anything like that. Well, beyond just walking around in dragon feet. Hey Jessica, how's it going? Yeah, the dragonfly was actually sent to me by one of y'all whose names I don't remember because I'm a bad person. Never mind. So this is my tail. I made it out of a pillow and some leather. I'll be in Memphis, not this weekend, but next weekend for Mid-South Con. And we will have Spyro there, though I will not be competing. The costume contest there, I'm not gonna lie, takes like all day and is this huge excursion and it's really fun, but I get tired. Can we see the shoes on, please? Which ones? But yeah, the little tail fluoresces.
It's literally from like 4 in the afternoon to 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It was, but if you're there for that, you know. These are the greaves, which again, all the wired in LEDs. It's not showing up very well right now because it's very, very bright in the craft room, but you can kind of see, especially down here on this one. It just switches on and off. The photo shoot shoes. Oh, sorry, yeah. I'm really bad at catching comments. How did I put the snap in? On the leather, I applied it just like how I normally would, but on the shoe, instead of using the back part of the female component, I just used a screw and screwed it into the shoe. The neck breaker killers? Alrighty. I'll put them on for you guys.
How do you attach the tail?
The tail attaches, again, with snaps to the back side of the corset, and I made it unlevel at first, so I had to add in another one. So Cleve adapted, right, Jordan? And I was like, that's something I wanted to learn how to, you know, solder this year, but it seemed like a little bit of a pipe dream. And but there's necessity rose its head. I just wanted to let you know I sent you the email with my details. Right on. We'll be getting those mailed out probably in the next like week or so, Nina. Nina in Oz. Yes. Yeah, y'all have seen honestly most of the other stuff, but it's the wings that I'm really excited about. I mean, I'm excited about all of it.
The wings we still have to.
Yeah, they're gonna take some modification because you can see they really relax quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, but we learned a lot off of that, and we'll just be adding in some support wires. But, so this is the wings after the foam. You can see the detail that I used a wood burning tool. And some little thermoplastic wing tips. That's the back side, and that's the inside.
And all the little ones on the bottom fluoresce.
And yeah, those ones fluoresce. The wings are glow in the dark and fluoresce also. But I'm thrilled to to have made these. Like, I cannot wait to make more. But yeah, I'm gonna get these shoes on before.
What weight is that fishing wire?
40 pound?
Instead of a black wire.
We could try the fishing wire.
That way, because it's clear.
Right. And I bet I could just use crimps on it to hold it in place. I'm gonna sit and put my shoes on.
No, the wingtips aren't really weighted. It's just all the glue and
the cumulative weight of the foam, which really was just like maybe an ounce or two, but it really added up.
Parachute gravity.
And also too, if they were shorter wings, if they didn't protrude out as far, it wouldn't have been nearly as much of a problem. Okay. So, the cost to make it, honestly, after leather and everything was probably around like 500. Um,
What for the entire?
for the whole costume, yeah.
No, it was more than that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, if we had had to buy something every like all of it from the start.
Like, yeah, it was around, I'd say 8 on the low side.
Okay. Damn, really. So that's not the best angle for the shoes. I don't really know how to get video of shoes, you guys. Hey Randy, can you do me a favor and keep my phone from falling over, but like hold it like on the floor? Y'all, please forgive our filthy house. I have not swept today. So that's the shoes. And my hairy hippie legs. But yeah, and so they're really, they're not that bad. I've gotten a lot better at walking in them, but I'm gonna be standing around for about 6 hours at the convention. So I am not about to wear these all day. Whereas these ones, still not gonna be happy about it, but they're gonna be a lot more manageable. Well, y'all saw me a week or two ago. I was like a wobbly newborn gazelle. I was gonna paint the underside of the shoes, Teresa, and then I decided not to wear them for this weekend. I'm gonna be wearing these ones. But yeah, I was thinking about going through with the spiral gold and making it like kind of match the belly.
I hadn't made that connection.
What's
they
that?
Sound like big toenails on doggos.
Bigger doggos. Penny. Oh no, Robin. Get out of our head. Our friend came up to us yesterday and was like, so I watched this documentary about flat Earth, and I was like, no, because Randy and I are hardcore globetards, like hardcore. So I'm not even having that discussion with you, except for what I just talked about. Never mind.
Oh, we all know
Night,
that the moon
Nina.
is made of ribs.
Yeah, the moon's made of ribs, by the way. Are you one of them? Oh, Nina, Diane says you are one of the most talented people I've been blessed with to share crafting. You're amazing. Thank you for all the inspiration. Thank you for hanging out with me.
When's the photo shoot? When it's not 7 degrees
When
outside.
it's not 7 degrees outside.
I am so mad at the weather.
Yeah, Randy's pretty upset that it's like still winter. We're like, why isn't spring here yet?
It was cheese. 60 degrees 3 days ago.
No, it's made of cheese. So that's the correct question. Not if it's a flat or a hollow earth, but if it's a cheese or rib moon. Thank you, Garner. But yeah, so that's the Spyro. We got the belt made. That's the belt. Which doesn't glow, which part of me is like, I wanted all of it to glow, but there was no way.
Think the weather's holding out for Game of Thrones?
Maybe. I haven't, Josh. Oh, thanks, Cass. They're the same beads. Oh, these ones, yeah. I wish I could remember the name of the lady or like her shop who made them because I love it. It's a bracelet, but I like it in my hair. Thanks, Scarla. Whew. So telling you and Randy that it's like 75 here today would be unwelcome.
No, that's fine.
we just want it warmer here, but not too warm.
It has been so cold the chickens have not been getting in the driveway.
Yeah, that's nice at least. But I'm quite tall now. So I am gonna go ahead and say bye for today. I've got some video editing to do. We've got some other things going on, but I really enjoyed getting to hang out and craft with y'all. Thank you all so much for all of your support and just your generosity and spending your time here with me too. Like that's the best. And I'll be posting pictures probably to Instagram and of the costume glowing and stuff. So We'll see y'all in tomorrow's video, and until then,